long time since I made a video. To be honest, editing videos just got really annoying for me because like I really want to edit it so it actually looks nice, but what I end up doing is just kind of smashing it all together, not even caring. I always say that I'm going to put a picture here and then I never do, and then I just don't want to give out like poor quality stuff, but then I want to tell people things, so here I am. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's been messaging me and being like, hey, you haven't made a video in a while. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just lazy, very lazy, and it's pretty, no, it's kind of bad because I have so much to say, and I always have an idea, but it's usually like right before I fall asleep, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should make some time to make a video, and then I end up staying in bed all day. But that is only half true because ever since I got back from my trip, I went to Hong Kong and Bali, Bali and Hong Kong. I've actually been keeping myself busy, or if I'm not keeping myself busy, I'm usually like chilling. So this video is just basically an update on me since I finished my classes, my trip, and I'm actually a couple months in on my antidepressant, so I guess I'll just fill you guys in, and then I'll probably try to make a video about some, I kind of want to talk about divorce, so like, anyways, that is a glimpse of what I'm thinking about, and if I make a video, then I'll make a video, but if I get the ball rolling today, I'll get it done. So I actually got back in May, and it is almost July, so I'm sorry I haven't made a video. But if you watched the last video I uploaded, you saw that I was trying out coffee downtown, and that's literally what I've been doing since I've been back. But when I got back from Hong Kong, my jet lag was so bad because I thought I was like, yeah, I'll be up and at 'em, I'll be in regular time. Nope, I got back and I slept for a week. Not exaggerating. I would wake up at like 5 in the morning, my like Canada time, but actually 5 p.m. Hong Kong time, which really doesn't make sense. And then I would just kind of just chill, and then I would stay up for a little bit, and then at 3 o'clock I would pass out. And then the other thing that happened when I came back was I found out that I actually missed a shift when I got back, because I got back on a Friday and I had a shift on the Saturday, but I didn't even check my schedule because who wants to check their work schedule after getting off a plane after 15 hours? Not me. And then I'm like, I gotta go check, and I have to go apologize. So yeah, so I got to work and I'm like, oh, I missed a shift. I should talk to my manager, but my manager doesn't get into work till like 2:30 because I don't know, she closes, but she doesn't. And I sleep at 2:30 when I got back. So I was like, okay, I'll call in and I'll apologize. But before I could do that, one of the other people who like managed the front end, she's like, oh, Justine, why don't you come in tonight? And I'm like, okay, because I felt bad because I missed the shift. I'm like, hey, I'll come in because I did need money because I haven't been making any money. But 3 o'clock that day, fell asleep. No, I was falling asleep. So I called my manager. I'm like, hey, I just wanted to call to let you know that I'm sorry that I missed my shift. And she's like, why didn't you check your schedule? I'm like, because I just got back and I didn't know I had a shift. She's like, well, why didn't you check? You said this is your first day back. Anyway, she gave me this really hard time, and then I told her I couldn't come in that night, and then she got more mad, and she was just not being sensitive to me at all. So when you're if you're a manager, you have to balance both, like, managing your employees and actually being considerate of your employees. And I know that's coming from someone who has never really been a manager, but if you understand where people are coming from, you don't have to be our best friends, but like, you have to be more understanding, or else you're just going to lose people so fast, and then you're just going to have to keep hiring, and then it's just hard on everybody because just, you know. So I got pissed and I went home and I'm like, I want to quit my job, because I've been wanting to quit my job since I got a new manager, because I thought I'd give her a chance, and right before my trip we were good, but after my trip I'm just like, hey, you don't try, you're not nice to anyone. I talked to, like, I didn't even talk to them before I quit, but talking to the people I work with, they're like, yeah, no one likes her, or she just gives everyone a hard time. So I was frustrated, and I thought, I've been wanting to quit for a long time. I never let myself quit because I put a lot of pressure on myself to keep working. But I thought, nah, I don't need this. I don't need this stress in my life. So I quit that job. I walked in, handed them my letter, said, you have to replace my shift tonight. I'm not coming in. And I quit my other job because I was never comfortable there. Like, it was a good job, but like, it just wasn't my fit. And every time before my shift, I would get so anxious that I wouldn't want to go. And even there, I was like, nothing is making me feel better. So I decided to make a decision to cut the stress out of my life, because I never usually let myself do that, because I thought I'm like pleasing other people, or it's good for me and it's the right decision. But learning to cut the stress out of my life is improving my life. Yeah, so that's what I did when I got back. I quit my jobs, and then I didn't really do much for the first 2 weeks I got back because I was taking a break. So I kind of just stayed home for a really long time, which wasn't that bad. Like, I'd watch Netflix. I would color, because the stress coloring books, and I would do Sudoku. So I was kind of just like taking the time to relax, because during the school year I was either working, studying, or sleeping, and I never really had time off. And this is my first summer since second year that I've actually taken time to like do nothing. And because I'm finished school now, I have to like look for a job, like my first job, and become a grown up. And I'm just like, I'm not. It's not that I'm not like I'm ready, like I'm prepared, but I'm not. I want to give myself time off, if you know what I mean. The other thing I was dealing with when I was on my trip was one of my ex-boyfriends that I had a really bad ending with. Decided to come back into my life because, a lot of the boys that I deal with seem to think that it's okay to be like, bye, and then like couple months later be like, hey, how's it going? I want to ruin your life a little bit more. So I was dealing with that, and it was confusing, because like it's hopeful and then it's heartbreaking, because like sometimes in these situations it's like a little pull just to make sure that they have you, and then it's a push to make sure you know where you are at in their lives. And it was just bringing back everything I had right before I started my medication, and it was just really hard because it took a lot out of me, and it just triggered a lot of things that happened to me in other relationships that made me feel that I wasn't worth somebody's time, and that people thought my love or my attention or my affection was just kind of unnecessary and extra, and they could live without it. And because of that trigger, like, I still struggle with my self-worth, because I feel like I let people take advantage of me, and I am not embrace, but I feel like I take in their thought, internalize their thought, their ideas, or their ideas of me, and that I just remind myself that like, oh, you're not worth their time, they're just playing with you. And like when this ex came back, it was so hard, because I felt like I was being manipulated, because he kept saying things like it's like one bit of like a spoon of sugar and then a spoon of vinegar. That's probably not the saying. I think it has to do with poop, but you know what I mean. Like, oh, and it's also in Chinese. But like, 一啖糖一啖稀, and it was like that. Like, it was so hard for me, because my anxiety came back, and I was constantly worried about him, because that's what our relationship was. Me worrying about him and not worrying about myself, and him making me feel bad for worrying about him but wanting me to worry about him. And it just kept hurting me, and I was in so much pain, and then he kept pushing me away. And then at one point I was just like, I'm done. I thought I had hope, but I can't. And even though I made the decision to cut him out, it still hurts, and it's just very triggering. But the good thing is, other than that crap I'm dealing with, I actually deal with my anxiety much better than I have before. Because I don't have a job, and because I'm not studying anymore, I have so much more free time to like relearn myself. I feel more inept, if that's the word I'm looking for, to my feelings. Like, I know when I'm upset, and I know why I'm upset, and therapy actually helps me with that, because when I get angry or when I'm sad, I always think, okay, what's making me sad and what do I need? And because I think like that, I can deal with it so much better. And I don't have to worry about all these things. Like, I don't have to worry about when I have to go to work, and I don't have to worry about finishing an assignment. I can just focus on myself. And that helps. The medication is helping, I believe. I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like it's a placebo. I don't know, like, I am on the medication, but I don't know if it's that I'm just less stressed or if the medication is actually helping me. But I do feel like I'm less anxious. Like, there were days where I just felt anxious all day, but now it's like different periods of time where I'm just like freaking out, and then I find out why I'm freaking out, and then, yeah, it's just better this way. Because I have so much free time, I'm able to talk to more people. I'm able to hang out with some of my friends that I can trust. I'm able to identify when I can't trust people and when I'm not comfortable with other people. So shout out to my friends and family who I still talk to. And yeah, because I've been more open about my feelings, I feel like other people are more open to me about their feelings, and it's easier to talk to people about how I feel and how they feel, and it helps me understand other people better, which I think is always good, because if you're only focused on yourself, which isn't a bad thing, but if you're like, you have your shutters on for number one only, you miss out on how you're hurting other people. And there are just all these things always going on with my family. Like, there's drama in my family life, there's drama with my friends. It's not as big, but like, it's always hard to deal with when it has with my family. Like, if it has affected me before, again, it's triggering. And because I'm older and now I'm more aware of what's happening, I'm able to process it better, but it still brings up old pain. So yeah, like, the next couple things that I feel like we need to work with is actually stop repressing the pain that I used to feel when I was younger, like abandonment, my self-worth, and like the abuse I've gone through. But it's hard for me because I'm so used to just shutting it out that I used to shut everything out and just get angry because I was so frustrated, and when I bring it up again, it's still painful thinking about these things and trying to deal with it by myself. But now I know I have support, but it's just something that takes time, and hopefully that when I get weaned off the medication, it will help me. But yeah, that's my life. Maybe I'll make another video. I'm gonna edit one of the videos I made downtown and upload that because I have time. And I'm graduating tomorrow. I will get my certificate and I will sit the 2-hour ceremony because I made it. Okay. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.